Hey, nerds! So, hopefully you're doing well. Here we are, talking about a character that's supposed to come out tomorrow, hopefully when this video actually is up. And I figured we'd talk about him, talk about his strengths, his weaknesses, and if he's worthwhile, and, should you be using him? Well, there's a lot to digest here, so let's talk about this real quick, shall we? So, there's Julius. So, I guess technically we've had his family line for a little bit. First we had the bastard, then we had the bastard's bastard child, and then now we have the bastard's child bastard, which is just... Oh boy, that family tree is just all kinds of messed up, ain't it? Anyways, let's talk about Julius, let's talk about his stats, and let's just take a peek-see at what he has here. Now, I'm just gonna warn you, I have some strong opinions here, and I'm a little bit iffy about him, okay? I'm just going to say that. Because when I looked at his stat line, I thought, oh, okay, well, I mean, it seems alright. And then I realized that his stat line is eerily similar to another Red Tome unit that we already have on the scene. I'm, of course, talking about Summer Leo. Yeah, he basically has Summer Leo's stat line. There's only a few differences. One, he has 1 less HP than Summer Leo, but he has 3 more attack, which actually is a bit more, nicer to Julius. That's definitely a bit better. He also, of course, has a lot more going for him when it comes to res. We'll talk about that in a second. That has to do with his weapon, of course. But, yeah, Julius as a unit is going to be a bit hard to... well, I wouldn't say work with, but understand, because if you're looking at this and you know what Summer Leo is capable of, you probably know that Summer Leo is not capable of much. And there is a saving grace here, though. And that, of course, is in his base kit. And let's just talk about what you're going to be getting when you get Julius out of the box. After that GHB tomorrow, well, first off, of course, we have Loptus. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Don't kill me, okay? Either way, this is his weapon. And as you can see here, this is a very unique one. It grants him +3 res, which is just adding more to his already amazingly high resistance, giving him 38 in total. But he also has a skills with effective against dragons, means that he is going to be... he basically takes damage from things like Falchion and Naga. If they are, if they happen to have that effect, he'll be taking bonus damage from that. But if the foe has no such skill like that, then it will inflict -6 attack on that foe during combat, which is actually a substantial debuff and will definitely help Julius out when it comes to dealing with any sort of opponent that comes at him. He seems to be based around trying to be a kind of niche role of a magical wall with this weapon. And you can kind of see that this works in a lot of other ways. He could technically, maybe tank a few archer attacks, I'm sure, maybe, barely, I don't know. 27 speed is not going to help him with this, but what will help him along the lines, of course, is that he does have Draconic Aura as a special skill. He also, of course, has a B skill in Guard 3. Guard 3 is available at 5 stars. So, if you're looking for Guard 3, I mean, you could probably find it elsewhere and not have to waste all those feathers, but hey, Guard 3's there. The main, of course, the main course here is, of course, well, Attack Ploy. Yeah, he has Attack Ploy at 4 stars. That's a nice one. That's a fully upgraded attack ploy for you to take part in and enjoy. And I guess it makes sense. I mean, it runs in his family. Why not? So, all in all, from the base kit, I can just tell you right now, it's it's interesting. It can really help him out, and it does have some advantages. His weapon is the one thing that really changes it, of course. That mixed in with his high attack, he will be a little bit better. Well, I shouldn't say a little bit. He'll be a lot better than Summer Leo in that regard. He'll be able to tank attacks a lot better. He's going to have 38 res, which is phenomenal. And then, of course, you can add all sorts of other things there that will just make it go up even higher, which is something that's really nice for him. But still, nonetheless, his tome is unique and cool. It's just, I'm not sure how far we can really take that to, what extent will this go. Still... nonetheless, when it comes to building him, there's a lot of advantages to it, and generally, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to remove his, I would say you don't want to remove his tankiness. You want to keep him at least a somewhat potent magic wall, and maybe build off his res because he has such high amounts of it. So let's just start with, of course, his weapon, and then from there let's move on down to something like Iceberg. I find Iceberg will probably work a lot better, especially since, you know, his res with certain builds. If you happen to, say, I don't know, stack on Fury, of course, you're going to be getting a lot more out of it. And of course, I'm not including repositionals or command skills. You can just give him reposition or whatever skill you want, Ardent Sacrifice, yada yada yada. It's really your choice there. I'm just excluding that for now. But Fury is, of course, a good option for him. It's simple. We're going with simple build here, guys. Fury is a good option just to allow him to boost up his stats even more without really, well, having to have too much of an investment there. His B skill, however, is something that I'm somewhat wondering will work. Guard is a good option, and it is available to him if you want to use it. It will stop specials if you happen to have it, but I think if you're going to make him a magic wall, maybe let him double when he gets attacked. I'm saying something like maybe Quick Riposte 2. I'm just putting 3 up there because there's no real easy method to getting Quick Riposte yet, at least for 3, and that will service him well, at least at destroying certain units. It's a really nice option to have, especially if he's going to beat this, this really odd niche role of being a magic, wall who tanks mages for some reason. From there, of course, I would say keep Attack Ploy. You could always change that out for something else if you want to buff up your team, but Attack Ploy is just nice enough to have it, and hell, he has the res to do it. Why not let him? And, well, from there you can also just attach something like a Distant Defense Seal. It will allow him to do a lot more, and, well, he will not take any magic damage. And chances are, if Naga ever shows up, it won't do very much to him at all. So, that's basic. Well, that's the basic build I can really give him in the long run. He has such an oddity of, well, mixtures and abilities and stats. His weapon is phenomenal in what it can do, but when you look at his stats, there's just... You're kind of at a loss there. And, well, since he's, of course, a part of his Red Tome, brethren, well, mostly with his father and things like that, who is also free, well, it's going to be a choice of which one will be better to use, and, well, it's a tough one there. His ability, his tome, his weapon, it's all very interesting, but at the end of the road, at the end of the line, and at the end of the day, it's just... I'm not sure it's enough. I'm not sure that having a stat spread that is similar to Summer Leo is going to really help. And while he does have a little bit more attack and will probably do a bit more damage, and since he also has a weapon that has a bit more might from it, because of course that's his, his tome, his specific character-specific tome, he'll have a little bit more of a leg up there. And it's also a very nice tome with a very nice effect. But at the end of the day, what do you guys think? Do you think Julius will be worthwhile in any stretch? Are you going to be using him? Are you going to try? I know a lot of you are really excited about him, and I hate having to just kind of look at this and go, I'm kind of worried, but it's a free unit. It's a chance to get something fun, and I will say, outside of his ability sets, he has some amazing voice lines, if you ever get the chance to listen to those. Good God, does he... At least his tongue is wicked. Holy crap. I mean, if he could use his tongue as a weapon, it'd probably, be really powerful. That is the worst thing I could ever say, but... Honestly, I'm at a loss when it comes to Julius. I'm not too sure how well he'll do. But, it's up to you at the end of the day what you're going to be using. So that's basically me and my rundown there, guys. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Do you think Julius will be worthwhile, or do you think he's merely a little bit less than what he could be when it comes down to the sum of his parts? Honestly, I think if not, Attack Ploy is always a good option to have available at the end of the day for everyone. And I'm going to say at the end of the day a lot more. At the end of the day in this video. Okay, but anyways... Catch you nerds later. Man, I really wanted him to be amazing. Always next time, guys. Always next time. See you soon.